Hello there, and thank you very much for joining us in this new Azure Portal how-to video. Today, we learn how to use the Azure mobile app home screen. And for that, we have Ilse Terrazas, who's going to teach us all about that new home screen. So thank you very much for joining us, Ilse.
Thank you for having me here, Leon. I'm super excited to show everyone the brand new Azure mobile app home. So basically, the Azure mobile app is always there to help you stay connected to your Azure environment while you're on the go. But one of the biggest pieces of feedback that we've gotten is that we need to be able to surface up everything that is important to our customers. So with that in mind, we've created the brand new Azure mobile app home, which is our new landing page, and it consists of multiple cards in both Android and iOS. So let's dig in. The first card that you see here is the Azure Services card. It basically shows up all of the most used resource types in the Azure mobile app home, which is super useful. For example, I can tap here in the virtual machines and I will immediately get a list of all of the virtual machines across all of my subscriptions, which is super useful because at a glance, if you take a look at the right side of the screen, you can check all of the different statuses for the VMs and you can make sure that everything is running correctly and as expected.
And that's really great because it's not only across subscriptions, but also across regions. So you can see your VMs across the world, right? In a single view.
Absolutely. The next card is the latest alerts card. Last time I was here, we talked a little bit about how to set up their Azure alerts and have them set as push notifications to the Azure mobile app. Well, I only do that for like P0 alerts that I really need to know right there and then. So with that in mind, we added the latest alerts card. Whenever any of your Azure alerts are fired, even if you don't have them set up for push notifications in the app, they will show up in this latest alerts card. Here we show the latest 4 in the last 24 hours. If you actually want to see a little bit more, you can tap on the CL and you'll get a look at all of the fired alerts in the last 24 hours. If you want to see even more, you can go to the bottom and tap in the load last 7 days if you want to see if there's any trends or anything going on.
Oh, that's really great. And for these alerts, I don't need to do any setup. It shows right away, right?
Yeah, so as long as the Azure alerts are already there, they'll fire and they will show right there in there.
That's fantastic.
Yep. So the next one is the recent resources. I know a lot of our users already know and love the recent resources in the Azure portal. So we kind of wanted to take that page of the book and bring it into the Azure mobile app. So when you're using something in the mobile app, it will immediately populate in that recent resources page. So for example, if I go to subscriptions and I can tap, for example, this subscription, if I go back to Azure Mobile Home, it'll immediately show up in the recent resources. And you can see even more in the CL page. Next up, we have the Service Health Card. Now, I know a lot of us want to stay connected with Azure when there's an incident going on or an event for Azure and want to make sure it's not affecting our subscriptions or our resources. So now users don't really have to run back to their PC and try to figure out if there's anything going on. They can simply bring up their phone, tap on the Service Health Card, and see if there's anything that's affecting their resources because of an Azure outage or incident. And you can even go further and load the last 7 days there too.
Or in a single tap from the homepage, right?
Exactly. It's super easy, super fast. We want to make sure that we keep you informed when anything's happening. And next up, we have resource groups. A lot of people like to browse Azure hierarchically and organize their projects per resource group. So we give that option of immediately being able to browse them. And finally, we have favorites. So those of you who have used the Azure mobile app before know that favorites used to be our landing page, and we're not deprecating this. You're seeing them right here in their own card.
That's really, but what about like in the past when I was using the Azure mobile app before this new and awesome homepage, favorites were the first thing that I was seeing. So how about now? What if I want to have them front and center at the top?
Right.
Can I do that?
Yeah, totally. Well, I have good news for you. We know that everyone uses Azure a little bit different, and we want to make sure that we're able to cater to that. So with that in mind, we actually added the customized home menu. You can access it right there from the home, or you can also access it from the settings menu. You can turn cards on and off. Maybe I don't really care about Azure services, and as you said, favorites might be the most important thing for me, so I can actually drag it up and immediately it will take effect. Your Azure home is now customized to whatever you want.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ilse.
Thank you, Leon.
And thanks every one of you for watching. Please try this out on your own and let us know what you think. Leave us a comment on the video, follow us on Twitter, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.